You know that feeling, right? Staring out the window, totally lost in a daydream about something you really, really want. We call it wishful thinking. But what if I told you there's a huge, and I mean really important difference between wishing for something and hoping for it? Today we're going to break that down, and honestly, you might be surprised by what your own wishes reveal about you.
So, to kick things off, I want to start with a question that, well, gets right to the heart of what we all think about. I'm pretty sure this one has crossed your mind a time or two.
Simple question. Have you ever wanted more money? I mean, come on. It's one of the most universal human thoughts, isn't it? That quiet moment where you just imagine what you could do if your bank account suddenly had a few extra zeros on the end.
Whether you're picturing a literal bag of cash or just the freedom to finally chase a dream, that desire is a pretty powerful feeling. And you know what? It's the perfect place for us to start untangling this subtle but super crucial difference in how we think about the future.
So let's go back to that thought about more money. Is that a wish or is it a hope? Now, they might feel kind of similar, but as we're about to find out, they actually live in totally different parts of our minds.
All right, let's get right into it. What is the actual nitty-gritty difference between these two powerful ideas?
Okay, so here's the key. A wish is for something you don't actually expect to happen. It's kind of like a fantasy, something that's probably impossible. Saying I wish I had a better job is just out there. It's a general desire. But a hope is grounded in reality. It's for something that could actually happen. See the difference? I hope I get the job I applied for. That's tied to a real thing you did. You applied. So, bottom line, a wish lives in fantasy land, while a hope lives in the world of what's possible.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's have some fun with this. Our wishes are basically a playground for our imagination, so let's do a little lightning round, a few quick scenarios to see what they can tell us. You ready? First up, total sci-fi classic. An alien just appears right in front of you. What do? What's your first move?
You might think you'd run, or maybe panic. Nope, the answer is you'd go on an adventure. You'd travel with them.
But here's the more interesting question. Why? What's the real motivation behind a wish like that? Why on earth would you hop on the spaceship?
And the reason is just pure, awesome curiosity. To find out about life in the universe. So that wish isn't about escaping your own life. It's about wanting to understand everything else out there. It's about expansion.
All right, next scenario. You've got a time machine. The keys are in your hand. Are you going back to see the dinosaurs, or are you jumping into the great unknown?
Yep, the choice is pretty clear. You'd go to the future.
So again, what's the poll? Why is the future so much more interesting than the past when it comes to a wish like this?
It's all about progress, innovation, to see what new technologies people will be using. See, once again, it's a wish that's driven by this deep fascination with what's next for all of us.
So these wild, fantastical wishes, they are so much more than just fun little daydreams. And this is where it gets really cool, because they can be a direct window into our deepest values, into our actual character. So let's try a much deeper question. If you could step into the shoes of any leader from all of history, who would you choose to become?
And the answer given is this. I wish I were Omar bin Abdulaziz to create one of the greatest empires with no poverty. Wow, just let that one sink in for a second. This wish isn't for power or fame or money. It's a wish that's completely rooted in a desire for justice, for building a better world for everybody. It shows that sometimes our greatest, wildest wishes can be incredibly selfless. Okay, so let's pull all of this together. Let's land this plane and talk about the big takeaway from this little trip into our own minds.
Here's the breakdown, plain and simple. A wish? That's for the impossible, the stuff of imagination, like time travel or meeting aliens. A hope? That's for the possible, for things that are actually within our reach, like getting that new job. But, and this is the most important part, our wishes are like a mirror. They show us our own creativity, our curiosity about the world, and, as we just saw, they can reflect our most profound and noble values.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Now that you really get the difference between a simple wish and a hope, what do you truly deep down wish for? And what does that wish say about who you really are?